Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Starting outside of the front row, he'll be tough from that outside front row bid tonight. Simpson trying to get his second consecutive Turkey Nationals victory. It'll be up to the youngster, Boone Evans. We're underway and on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. Into one for the first time here on this Saturday night special. Hustling into 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. Door to door, a little bit of cattywampus sidestepping him. Oh, and Boone Evans has problems. Looked like he lost, and the caution's out. That's why. Richie Taylor inside of number 2 in the car, number 26. Daniel Whitehill in the 5. The 47 of JoJo Wilhelm looking awfully quick here from the jump of this one. Lights are going to go out. A good, clean start on the way and on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. Here we go. Corey Tutt in the 14C moved up to the outside of row number 2 with the mishap on the early start for the 5 of Whitehill, who did not make it out. Door to door through 3 and 4, and a slight job through 3 and 4. He's going to try it, but Boone Evans tries to fit it to the outside, but Simpson going to take the... Come on, guys. We got to get... JoJo Wilhelm going to call the caution here. Backing away on the restart, Kevin Simpson going to lead the Thundering Herd off the exit of turn number 2 as they head their sights down the back straightaway. The 14 of Corey Tutt going to dispose of the youngster Boone Evans, who goes back to third. Tutt now sets his sights on the race leader to the number 56-1 of Simpson for the race lead. They'll continue to hustle all around the Lonestar Speedway track. Very slick right now. How about it, race fans? From worst to third. Here comes the Crandall Texan. Goodness gracious, the caution's going to come out for the 4JR of Boone Evans. You don't go holler at them. Go get you a Whataburger with cheese. Kevin will appreciate your business. Off of 4, we're back underway. Headed down the back straightaway off the exit of 2. Tapping the back straightaway wall there is one of them. Hard to tell from my vantage point who that may be, but Wilhelm slides up in front of the nose. Off of 4 down the front boulevard into 1. Here we go. That's the Double Deuce J of Matt Jones. Right in front of him, Matt Jones has nowhere to go. Oh, my. T-shirts for sale for 5 bones. Thanksgiving special here at Lone Star at the souvenir stand at the top of the concourse. We're underway here in heat race number 1 here at the Kilgore Oval. Bobby Ruffin getting a little bit of pressure here from the Panel Trust 14. Corey Tutt, they go door-to-door off the exit of turn number 2 as they set their sights down the back straightaway on turn number 3. Here comes JoJo Wilhelm, and the number 47 will throw his hat into the ring. But off of turn number 4, way out front and is lonesome in the 561 is Kevin Simpson with 2 laps to go. Started with 10, we're down to 5. 10 cars started, we're down to 5 of them left on the racetrack. Survival of the fittest, heat race number 1 of the night here at the Kilgore Oval as Jojo Wilhelm punches the time clock and goes to work and rolls to the inside of the number 121. That's the best battle on the racetrack. They're door to door. The outside line momentum works to the advantage of the number 121 of Bobby Ruffin. Ruffin disposes of Wilhelm, tells him to sit back down and take a seat to 4th. He will. Down the front boulevard into 1. Now it's 2 laps to go. My mistake a few laps ago. That was halfway. So into 1 and 2. 1.5 laps to go for the Flint, Texas racer, Kevin Simpson. Into 3 and rolling off of 4 to the white flag this time by. Checkers out, double checkers over the face. Your winner of heat race number 1 goes to the Flint, Texas racer, Kevin Simpson in 5.61. A strong performance there from outside of row number 2, 4th to 2nd for Corey Tutt. Ron Walden in car number 28, Jacob Horch in 73D, Barry Hornbeck in 14, and Dylan Kraft in 7C. The lights are out. We're going to go ready to go for 8 laps the distance here at Lone Star and heat race number 2. We're underway. Underway into 1. Tidwell hugs the hub, hugs it well. Here comes the 9B. He's digging like Darrell does. Here comes Darrell Mosley. Mosley got a big bite. Oh, and he just turned it right in front of the field, and a good job to evade a disaster by the 14 of Lockie. Lockie went way up top to avoid the disaster, but everybody else not so fortunate. It's getting hot and heavy out here. Like a scene from Talladega Nights. I don't know about all that, but anyway. Aside from all the silliness, it'll be up to Brent Tidwell on the original restart here with Kelly Lockie and Jason Ingalls and Barry Hornbeck. We're back underway. Brent Tidwell hustles them and leads them into 1 and 2. Here comes Jason Ingalls off of 2 down the back straightaway. He'll approach the back bumper to the number 20 into 3 and 4. IRP race cars go 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now with the Lonestar Speedway off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into turn number 1. And a great race. They're door-to-door through 3 and off of turn number 4. Jason Ingalls way up top that time. And car number 12 trying to use that outside line momentum. Half of a nose at the line for the Harleton, Texas racer, Brent Tidwell. He'll wash up the racetrack, but Jason Ingalls too strong up top in 12. Ingalls going to take the race lead, but here comes Tidwell back around the hub of the racetrack. They try to go door-to-door, but Ingalls still too strong up top. Into 3 and off of turn number 4, Jason Ingalls riding the outside line of the Lonestar Speedway here at his home racetrack, making it look good and looking well tonight. 2 laps to go, shown by veteran flagman David Corbello. Racetrack's looking pretty good. Ingalls finds his niche, gets on the throttle, diamonds off the high side of the corner, floats it down to the hub, and sends it back off into 1. Couldn't have fit the Holy Spirit between the right rear and that retaining wall that time. Kelly Lockie doing the same. Final time down the back stretch into turn number 3. He'll set his sights on 4 and down the front boulevard into 1 to the flag stand, and he'll receive a face full of checkered flag. Jason Ingalls dominates heat race number 2 of the night here at Kilgore. Second will go to the 20, and a great run for Brent Tidwell. Right now, I'm ready to see where these late models are. I don't think you can fit the Holy Spirit right now between the right rear tire and that retaining wall at the top of turn number 1. Lights are going to go out. We are going to get underway Alpha 4, and we are down the straightaway. Stuckey and Hornaday on the front row. Here comes Parker in K9. Oh, boy. John Parker just got the door slammed shut right in front of his face, and the K9 tries to walk the dog and goes right to the threshold. That was a textbook stellar move by the K9. Gary Stuckey out front with the lead early in this one by about a half a straightaway advantage in car number 47, the Tim Abels Trucking Southern Transport entry. Here comes Parker. Parker will try to work the hub and work it well off at turn number 4 down the front straightaway for the Joe Mafus Popeyes Louisiana Fast number K9. Gary Stuckey putting them up and putting them down here, one of his home racetracks. The driver of the Tim Abels Trucking Southern Transport. Stuckey's heavy haul number 47 is rolling around the Lonestar Speedway here this afternoon for the Turkey Nationals in your third and final limited modified heat race presented by Hampton Inn and Suites. As he rolls off of 4 down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Second off of 4 is the Rowlett, Texas racer to the 8M of Rick Murray. The Popeyes Louisiana Fast Western Flyer chassis built by Curtis Allen. The K9 is John Parker. Joey Shirley holds on to the 4th spot. Stacy Tyler in pursuit of him in 5th. And caution's going to come out for James Bingham. Good outside line. We'll see if that outside line works to his advantage here on the restart. Joey Shirley 4th and running out the top 5 is Stacy Tyler from Crosby, Texas. The field relights the fire. And we're backing away off of turn number 4. Oh, John Parker just drove up the sail panel of the number 8 on the restart, but here comes Parker. And it's a Popeyes Louisiana Fast, and I don't know if Murray likes the contact too much. He'll come up, oh boy, he tried to throw the haymaker, but the K9 broke there off of 4. Tough break for Parker. Final time, this time down the front straightaway to the checkered flag shown by David Corbello. A face full of them. Goes to Gary Stuckey in 47, and tough break for the 8 of Murray. And somehow, some way, the 84 of Tyler comes home second after restarting in 5th on that last restart. Boy, that top 5 changed. Factory stock heat race number 1, going at it hot and heavy down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Driving Joe Stones, number 114, your 2018 track champion here. TJ Evans out front with the lead. Here comes Kelly Lockie in the number 14. They're racing tight quarters there, hot and heavy with Billy Mazzell Jr., BM3. And the M50 Heavy Haul Timeout Gentlemen's Club, yellow number 50. Racing very tight quarters there with the number 14 of Lockie, who now disposes of him. And he goes to work and punches the time clock. He brought his stamps. He'll send it into turn number 3. Thad Royal won his heat race here the last time out in a stellar heat. Heat race number 2 Saturday nights ago. He'll roll, and now the 27. Oh, the 6 of Alex Williams broke, it looked like, down the front straightaway. Oh, my. Most improved driver in 2018 on RaceOnTexas.com. The number 27 of Josh Greenwalt now punches the time clock. He goes to work. He rolls up to 4th. Now, number 27, I think the best car on the racetrack could be The number 14 of Lockheed, but he's going to run out of time. Because there'll be 2 laps to go this time by down the front straightaway into turn number 1. TJ Evans took advantage of the wounded duck on the number 81 of Ingles, the last race out. Ingles was scheduled to start dead last in this race. Did not make it out, so he'll have his work cut out for him tonight. As final time to the white flag, this time by for the number 114 of TJ Evans. Trax Marius, Jack's Cheritrix. Only if you've ever seen that episode of Key and Peele, you'd know. But who cares? Off of 4 down the front straightaway, the double checkers in front of the face of TJ Evans in 114. A strong run to second for the Wild Child chassis number 1, or for the 14 of Kelly Lockheed. And third will go to Thad Royal in the 07. Coletta Bossier City, Louisiana, piloting the 2. Inside of number 2 to be the 5K of Nick Kirby. Scored his first ever win at Rose Bowl not long ago. He's in the 2K, not 5K. Justin Jansky in car number 11. John Parker III, 16 years old. JP3, John Parker III. Hey. Out of Alexandria, Louisiana, and the number 9. Parker and Tuggle go door-to-door through 3 and 4. Here comes John Tuggle on the outside. They go door-to-door for the race lead. John Tuggle going to take the race lead. Tuggle takes the race lead by half a car length in the 1 and 2. They go door-to-door. Still door-to-door off the exit of tournament as they set their sights down the back straightaway. Keep your eyes on the 81. Here comes Ricky Ingles throwing his hat into the ring. The 123 into the mix now. 3 different lanes wide here at Lone Star tonight off of turn number 4. John Parker holding off a hungry charge from the 123. B.A. Jensen under the 123. Rolling around the Lone Star Speedway, he'll walk right to the back deck lid of him. John Tuggle fades to third. Ricky Ingles way up top. Grandpa keeps the good bourbon in car number 81. He diamonds off the corner as they come down the boulevard back into 1. Factory stock action at its finest here at Sam and Lisa Haverty's Lone Star Speedway here this afternoon here for the Turkey Nationals. Down the back straightaway, they're 2x2 into turn number 3. Ingles trying to come on strong on the number 81. He started tailing this one. He's up to 5th in 81. The center of the hourglass is ticking away. Jensen will go back to work. He'll punch the time clock in the 1 and 2. He brought his stamps. He'll send it. The 16-year-old John Parker III holding on to the race lead. Doing a good job making his car wider than a triple wide trailer right now. He'll hold on to the top spot off of turn number 4. Jensen gets the run, but here comes Tuggle once again. He'll throw his hat back into the ring. It's a good one here at Lone Star in heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. Jensen gets another big bite down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Washes up the speed plant. Tuggle goes way up top that time as well as they come back down the front straightaway into turn number 1 with the white flag out. Who's it gonna be? B.A. Jensen got a big drive that time in 1, 2, 3. Right now, all over the back deck lid of the number 9. He about burned his eyebrows from the fuel shed of the number 9 that time. He'll come off of 4. The drag race to the line this time off of turn number 4. And a half of a nose, a half a cat's whisker victory for the 9 of the 16-year-old John Parker III. So we'll start outside of the front row. Inside of number 2 will be Cody Myers in the 55 in of Bossier City, Louisiana, the 21-year-old. Outside will be Dylan Alasko. Welcome back, Dylan, out of Huffman, Texas. Brian Holland, the former sprint car ace, in car number 5. Outside will be Billy Davis in 91D, Quentin Jackson, and Paul Lopez in 5. Skeet Amundsen from New Boston, Texas, in car number F5. As they go lights out, we're underway here down the back straightaway, the overall top qualifier as time trials win at this year's 10,000 win Kinkaboo Hill. Look at this, they're 4 wide here at Lone Star. Boy, Sam Haverty has made this place racy as all get out, hadn't he? I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And so does the number 41 of the 19-year-old down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes the 41 of Dylan Alasko. This year's top time and time trials at the 10,000 win King of the Hill. Down the road on I-20 at the Boot Hill Speedway in Greenwood, Louisiana, the largest paying factory stock event in the season. Got himself a starting spot in that deal, and here comes the 21-year-old of Cody Myers. Ripping and rolling around the Lonestar Speedway. He rolls the second now. Disposing of Michael Hale. Oh, look out, Cody. Cody Myers lost the handle right in front of Michael Hale. And Michael Hale never got out of it. He stays rolling. But the caution flag will come out for Cody Myers out of Bossier City. Backing away on this restart. A few laps in the books, and we're getting ready to finish this one up as Michael Hill has got the field bottled up from second on back to the tail. Contact for third. As 2 laps to go, Billy Davis and the 5 machine all making some contact there. Brian Holland trying to work it. And here comes the 91. He says, hey, I'll work the wheel if you don't, Brian. He'll go to the outside of the number H93 of Michael Hill, and they'll go 3 wide momentarily for second. But here comes Billy Davis. He'll roll right to the bridesmaids' honors in this one down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and car number 91. And an absolute dominant performance. Rolling off of turn number 4, 19 years old out of Huffman, Texas, scores a victory. Driving the outlaw race car number 41 of Dylan Alasko. The Flying Hawaiian scores it in 41.
Everybody else checks.
Well, they better tighten them up because the 99X of Moondog is okay. Yeah, they're going. I don't know what they're doing sleeping. They were asleep on the start on that one. Don Grindle had everybody asleep. You got to go, and you got to go now. On the jump of this one, it'll be Holder, who's out front with the lead. Off of turn number 4, he'll lead lap number 1 and 39. Holder leads lap 1 in car number 39. Duos doing a good job holding on to second, and Glidewell. Oh my goodness gracious. Wide on the restart. They're going to go trying to go 4 wide. And the caution flag is going to come out and halt a great restart. On the restart, door-to-door, they're 2x2x1. McEacher and Holder, door-to-door, off of turn number 4 as they come down the front boulevard into 1. Here comes the youngster of Cameron Furr going to the inside of Duos. And a slight job for the race lead. McEachern slides up in front of the nose of Holder, and he says, I'll go ahead and hold the race lead now. He'll take the 20 straight to the top spot in car number 20B. McEachern lost a little side bite there, but he holds on to it. He corrals it. He's back on the throttle, and he separates himself by about 3.5 car lengths at the end of turn number 1. To 39. They have now been beat as many times as LSU has by Alabama in the last 8 years. How about that? Haha, not funny. What? Ohio State? Yeah, you're full of shit. I know better. Back underway on the restart here in factory stock action at the Lonestar Speedway here in Kilgore, Texas. On demand on raceontexas.com. Heading off into turn number 1, Cameron Furr going to roll to the back deck lid of the number 20B of Bubba McEachern for the race lead. As they set their sights off of 2 and into turn number 3. Paul Lopez rolling the outside and rolling it well. He rolled his way all the way from dead last up to 3rd in car number 5. 2 laps to go. This time by for Bubba McEachern. Cameron Furr stalking and hawking his tire tracks. McEachern, good on a slick racetrack, and this place is black from top to bottom. Furr, a pretty good young racer in his own right as well. He'll smash the throttle. He's trying to get some company here. 3 different chassis right now occupy your top 3. That Boone Race Engine Power singing a song underneath the hood of your second place driver, Cameron Furr. As they roll off of 4 to the checkered flag. Bubba McEachern does enough, and he wins it. Your unofficial top 3 out of from dead last starting position to grab 3rd from Princeton, Louisiana. Should be fun here as the USRA style modifieds go at it here at the Lonestar Speedway. Is Denny Gabar, your most recent winner here. Down the front straightaway in the Isaac Sprinkler service number 15. As Winnigan, Chris Hennigan, Ella Marshall stalks his tire tracks. Hennigan, the winningest driver here a season ago in car number 16. Rolls the hub and rolls it well. Here comes Chris Hennigan. Chris Hennigan flirts to the inside sail panel, the number 15W of Denny Gabar from Frankston. Here comes the Marshall Texan, living up to his moniker. Oh my. Big Boss Ross just pancaked the wall. And off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1, Denny Gabar holding off a tough and hard charging Chris Hennigan out of Marshall. Hennigan trying to live up to his moniker and win again. As Denny G sets his sights down the back straightaway, the 2012 TMS World Dirt Track Championship winner in the limited modified division. Pins that number 15W car right around the racetrack. He's looking good tonight. Into turn number 1. Here comes Chris. First name Chris, last name Hennigan. Down the back straightaway, the best to ever do it, or one of the best to ever do it here. And the upper one modified ranks, the former Armadillo Nationals $10,000 winner here at Lone Star 3 seasons ago, sees 2 laps to go, and the former Denny Gabar from Frankston. Denny lays that bottom wide open for the taking. Here comes Chris Hennigan again. Chris Hennigan smashes the throttle, rolls right to the inside. They're through 3 and 4. Denny Gabar rolls it in deep. He loses a little bit of side bite. They're still side by side. That outside line momentum going to try to work to the advantage, but Chris Hennigan takes the lead. Chris Hennigan takes the lead with 1 lap to go. And Hennigan going to slide up and take that line away. A very smooth and a smart racer. And now Hennigan going to try to check out and do what Chris does. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll live up to the moniker and he'll do it again. Chris win again. Hennigan wins again here at Lone Star. In a commanding and an outstanding heat between 2 of the heavyweights. Denny Gabar will grab second. Folks, having some technical difficulties with the sound. I apologize in advance. Texas Hauling and Rigging, Mac Tools by Bradley, number 12. Outside of the front row, it'll be Brad Couch out of Houghton, Louisiana, driving the O'Reilly Auto Parts number MB Custom 5C. Chase Hatton out of DeBerry, Texas, the Mad Hatter in 211. Wayne Hart Jr. in the 3M. Inside of row number 3 to be Jack Sarton in 777. And the Bills Built Chassis. We're underway here at Lonestar Speedway in heat race number 2 of the night. They'll hustle them off into 1. Welcome back to Justin Ingles. They go 3 wide there momentarily. He gets a little bit of contact there, a little bit of a shot in the shorts, or a little bit of right side romance, if you will. Into turn number 3. Hatton going to go 3 wide for 3rd off of turn number 4 down the front boulevard into 1. Right now, it'll be Jason Ingles in command in this one. He already won his limited modified heat race in commanding fashion. Right now, he's going to walk the dog as the caution flag will wave. Wayne Hart. The lights are going to go out. We're going to get back underway here at the Lone Star Speedway in your second open wheel modified heat of the afternoon. Jason Ingles out of Longview, Texas, on the throttle. We're back underway. Rolling off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, Jason Ingles in command in this modified heat here at the Lone Star Speedway. Bobby Malkus going to throw all caution to the wind and trying to hunt down Ingles. Bobby Malkus was in a rocket by Rollman Chassis the last couple of seasons. He's down the front straightaway the one. Malkus has won here twice in his racing career. A multi-time United States Modified Touring Series winner. Down the boulevard into turn number 3, Ingles. Could have left the left front at home. He's toting the left front up off the ground around the Lone Star Speedway this afternoon as he sets his sights and has some bite underneath that 12 car into 1. Halfway in, halfway to go. 4 and 4 laps to go. This 8-lap affair. Justin Ingles, now the 3rd, has Bobby Malkus and an Ingles sandwich. Older brother Jason, or twin brother Jason rather, out front with the lead. Younger brother by a few minutes into 1. Justin sits 3rd behind Malkus. This racetrack is really good, slick from top to bottom, and pretty smooth for the most part. A little bit of character here at Lone Star this afternoon, but riding to 2 laps to go from David Corbello is Jason Ingles. Final time through turns 3 and 4 to a face full of checkered flag. Racing Jason Ingles scores the victory, commanding fashion with the form of the Red Oak Texan Bobby Malkus II. 3rd will go to Justin Ingles. 4th goes to Brad Couch. 5th goes to Zach McMillan. Clinton Dawson in the 19D out of Russ, Texas, and Dakota Hart in 18M. The Crown Royal, number 99. Take a shot for him, folks. Rick Henry going to find his shot from the front row. We're underway here at Lone Star in your third and final modified heat. Going at it hot and heavy here on the early lap of this one. The Flower Mound Texan in the 9. Going to smother the 316 for third. They go at it. Tight quarters racing door to door off of turn number 4. Trying to go 3 wide is the 16X of Jeff Harris. Harris had to think better of it. As David Winslet's punched the time clock, he goes to work trying to hunt down your race leader and the Crown Royal 99 Junior of Rick Henry. Rick Henry looking sporty tonight. Didn't have quite the performance that he was looking for here 2 Saturday nights ago. But he's looking pretty good here early on in this heat race number 3 presented by Hampton Inn and Suites. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. On RacingDirt.com into turn number 3 and Race on Texas, the 99 Junior of Rick Henry out front, holding on to command in this one. Everybody tucked and hugged right around the hub of the track, despite the opening heat in this, or the opening heat of the round 3 of heats here, as we get caution for Randall Settle. We'll get the party restarted and the candles relit off of 4. We're back underway. Henry hugs the hub. Here comes David Winslet. Winslet on the restart, flirting with disaster, rolls down to the inside of him. Dosser up to 4th. Here comes the Crandall Texan, Bobby Ruffin at 121. He's up to 5th now. Off of turn number 4. Henry rolled over on that right rear well and digging around the 3/8 mile high bank double here tonight. Track it slick from top to bottom. Henry having a much better going, like I said a few laps ago, than he did previously here 2 weeks ago. As he rolls off of 4 this time to David Corbella's white flag. The final 3/8 mile trip around the high bank quarter mile oval, or 3/8 mile oval, here off of I-20. Sam Lee's Everty's beautiful Lone Star Speedway here in Kilgore, Texas. Final time in the turns 3 and 4 in commanding fashion. As Rutherford goes to work for second. Final time off of turn number 4. They're going to drag race for second. And Winslet blew a right rear, and Rutherford's going to snag second at the line. Hard break for David Winslet. A cat and mouse restart. It'll be up to him to start the race as the pole sitter. And he speeds up now. Culp and Sullivan on the front row. We're on demand and underway on DirtOnDirt.com into turn number 1 here for the Turkey Nationals at Sam Lee's Haverty's Lone Star Speedway. Hustling off into turns number 1 and 2. Timothy Culp gets disposed of early. Washed up the racetrack at turns 1 and 2. He'll drive it down to the bottom of the racetrack to the inside of Cadillac. Jack Sullivan for the race lead. Sullivan too much though. He'll lead lap number 1 here at Lone Star. The drivers of a pair of Rocket XR1 chassis. The panel chipping, Mark Martin Automotive number 18 has the race lead in the turn number 3. The 3-time reigning Comp Cams champ. The top regional base, Arkansas base tour here in the Arklatex. It's been Jack Sullivan who's been the dominant factor week in, week out on this tour. Most recent winner, of course, 2 weeks ago in Jackson, Mississippi, was Dane Dacus from Clarksdale, Mississippi. But right now, it's the Green Bar Arkansas hot shoe Jack Sullivan, who is displaying that orange glowing spoiler, indicates that he is the current Comp Cams Super Dirt Series points leader. Rolling off of turn number 4. These guys all hugged around the hub of the racetrack. Culp having problems pinning that Bennings Heat and Air carrier number C8 Rocket XR1 around the hub. But he's good enough to hold on to second over the 19-year-old Tanner Kellick out of Marouge, Louisiana, who rides in that Ronnie Stuckey Black Diamond built chassis into turn number 3. The 3K holds on to third with Wills Point, Texas racer Patrick Daniel, the 2014 winner of the Turkey Nationals, rolling in 4th. Brad Couch up to 5th in the O'Reilly Auto Parts number 5B. Tick-tock goes the race clock. The end of the hourglass ticking away for the rest of these guys, all trying to do something with the 18 at Cadillac Jack Sullivan. Sullivan with a sizable, comfortable advantage in this one. Still continues the lead here at Lone Star. Barring a mechanical failure or a setback, it looks like he should roll to victory lane in commanding fashion in this one. Culp up in front of Kellick by about the same distance that he is separated behind Sullivan. Patrick Patrick Daniel now turning up the wick, trying to reel in the third place driver of Marouge, Louisiana's Tanner Killick now. Running out of time. 2 laps to go, 1.5 laps to go when Sullivan meets the midpoint of the back straightaway, and he does. Kuntz & Company, heat race number 1. Dominating is the panel chipping Mark Martin Automotive. Number 18 of Jack Sullivan. Jack Sullivan, the 2-time TMS World Dirt Track World Champion of the TMS Dirt Track. They'll go back there next September. We'll tell you about that in a moment. He wins heat race number 1 in commanding fashion. Second goes to Hollywood Timothy Colt. Third, we'll go to Marouge, Louisiana's Tanner Killick. And fourth, we'll go to PD Patrick Daniel in 75. Arkansas's David Payne in the 7, Jeff Roth in the 14R inside of row number 3, Sloppy Hog, a.k.a. Larry White in the double Z, and Clayton Holland in 71. The Catman, John Mitchell. Oh my, look out, Hightower got a little cattywampus on the start, but we're underway in a 1. Brandon Hightower back in the saddle of a Super Dirt late model again, as he'll get rolled to the inside of him by the 115 of Trey Bean, the son of the late Harlan Bean, and the caution flag will wave at the Chatham Raceway in Chatham, Louisiana, last month for the Spooky 50. On the front row, here we go. We're back underway here at the Lonestar Speedway. Much better restart that time by the 70 of Cabot, Arkansas's David Payne. The B-52 gets flinged to his inside and gets disposed of quick, fast, and in a hurry. By the 115 of Trey Bean out of Bossier City, Louisiana, the son of the late, great Harlan Bean. Off of turn number 4, John Mitchell just broke on the lead. John Mitchell just broke. Hands over the lead of the 115 of Trey Bean. Tough break for the Catman, who had some cat scratch fever tonight, but it'll come up with a heartbreak on the front chute as the Catman, John Mitchell. David Corbello going to drop the green over the field this time. Hightower, Roth in row 2, Payne and Hogg in row 3. We're back underway. Selling them off back into turns 1 and 2 on the restart. DeVille, Louisiana's Brendan Hightower, the 19-year-old, rolls back to second over the 14R of Jeff Roth. Roth smells the tail tank of him, but he won't be enough as Hightower skates it through the corner and holds on to second. Hightower raced up and down the roads, obviously, with the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and the Xfinity Series for the majority of this season. He's got his Cane River Brewing B-52 Rocket XR1 rolling pretty good here tonight. Was here for practice last night. This young man has grown by leaps and bounds by the will of a Super Dirt late model 1.5 Arklatex wing modified events this season, which are, of course, the wider, big-bodied Troyer and Bicknell style chassis that you see run up a lot in the Northeast in the Super Big Block modifieds. As right now, Hightower has his work cut out for him. He's got a hungry Jeff Roth trying to stalk his tire tracks and dispose of him. Roth's got a big run that time down the back straightaway into turn number 3, but out front all on his lonesome. The second generation racer of Trey Bean in the 115. Hustling that J. Dickens Power number 115 around the 3/8 mile high banked oval here tonight in East Texas. Again, tough break for John Mitchell, who his last late model event was a stellar one. Won last Saturday night, as a matter of fact, over at the Corleola's home track, and his open wheel modified his MB Custom race car. But John Mitchell looking to do a little bit more mod racing next year. Had the second quickest time of the afternoon here in time trials, and it's going to go up in smoke for him. As a dominant run, maybe the best run that he's had all season long. Comes to 2 laps to go, shown from David Corbello, the veteran 25-plus year flagman. And Trey Bean, the veteran behind the wheel of this number 115. Many Saturday nights in Northeast Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana, over at the old Chatham Raceway and the old Champion Park Speedway and Boot Hill Speedway. You could find the 115 many Saturday nights up front. But tonight, here in East Texas, has found his hay, and he'll have a shot to win tonight's $5,000 to win $500 to start main event. As he'll roll off a turn number 4 this time for the final time. Trey Bean dominates and wins heat race number 2 here for the Coliseum Super Dirt Series late models. Second to the line, we'll go to the B-52 at DeVille, Louisiana's Brandon Hightower. Jeff Ross holds off a hungry David Payne and the 7 to grab third. Different states in this 7-car affair. Hunter Raston, the former Open Wheel Modified ace, has over 100 career modified wins. Now in his 5th full season in a late model. It'll be up to him to punch the time clock and send him to work. We're underway here at Lone Star. Hustling off into 1. B.J. Robinson got the start that he was looking for. He'll roll right to 2nd, and here comes Morgan Bagley. Bagley down the back straightaway on the opening lap of this one. Gotti going to try to take advantage, go to the inside of the Z-Man. Zach McMillan for 4th, and he will. He'll slide up on the nose on him. McMillan slides back underneath him. It's heating up at Lone Star. The pair of 14s make a little bit of slight contact there. Gotti got way up out of the groove. Taylor will take advantage. Here comes B.J. Robinson. Robinson rolls off at turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1. The R5 of Hunter Raston, hooked up and hugging the hub well. He's won here in his racing career. But here comes B.J. B.J. Robinson, son of the legend, the late Billy Robinson, we lost last September in a tragic event at the Lonestar Speedway. But Billy's oftentimes looking down and watching his son B.J. B.J. had a major push that time and a wobble there to the center of the corner, got the car a little cattywampus. He's able to corral it. He'll set his sights back to the decklet of that Black Diamond race car R5 of Hunter Raston. Black Diamond race cars run 1 and 2 right now here at the speed plant. Hunter Raston won here in a late model for the first time 2 years ago as a roll down the boulevard. And the 3 off of turn number 4 now. Half in, halfway to go. 4 in and 4 laps to go. B.J. Robinson starting to feel himself again. Will he be able to roll to the back decklet of the number R5 of Raston for the race lead? The stand of the hourglass is starting to tick away for him. The pair of Ronnie Stuckey built Black Diamond race cars, housed out of the shop in Blanchard, Louisiana, looking pretty sporty here tonight at the speed plant here in East Texas. Down the front straightaway they come back into turn number 1. The Case Implement Brown Brothers Farms. Oh, Hunter Raston lost the handle there momentarily. Here comes B.J. Robinson. B.J. Robinson going to smell the blood in the water. He'll be the shark here. He'll roll to the back bumper once again, or the back spoiler, if you will, with 2 laps to go. Robinson, a multi-time winner here in his racing career. Teammate Alan Tippin at the time has won here as well. And think back to about 5 years ago when Jared Landers won a thriller here over Jimmy Owens in a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. Down the boulevard, back into turn number 1. But Landers has been teammates this season in the other DP Motorsports car with B.J. Robinson at the Topless 100. And here we are, Topless again. Final time off of turn number 4. He does enough to hold on and corral it, and he scores the victory. Hunter Raston holds off a hungry, charging B.J. Robinson, and Morgan Bagley will come home 3rd over his teammate, Zach McMillan. All right. These races here, give me a few moments.
All right, well, we're getting the lineup passed along to everybody. We'll see if we can get it done before they go green. Looks like they're lined up well. We'll get the lineup passed along in row number 1, Scotty Krause, and number 51 and number 7 of Mark Wittig. And what looks like a Ford Focus there as they roll off into turn 1. Everybody getting lined out and set in as we got side-by-side racing down there within a blue, looks like Chevy Cavalier. Oh, wow. Definitely melee going into turn 3 there, as we're probably going to have a caution for that. Now it looks like everybody's going to get lined up and get run back in where we should be. So we're going to stay green here. Going down the back straightaways, number 7 of Mark Wittig leads with number 51 of Scotty Krause and coming in 2nd. And let's see who we've got here. 13 of Tommy Gooden running 3rd place. As your 4-cylinder heat race number 1 rolls out of turn 3. Everybody's starting to stack back up. Looks like it's going to be a great heat race. Definitely Scotty and that group from Rose Bowl seems to be putting on a great show. They've always been fast and been good contenders throughout the year. They're definitely ones to keep an eye on, definitely into the feature race events. As number 13 of Tommy Gooden is starting to put pressure on the number 51 of Scotty Krause and going in turn 3. Scotty puffing a little smoke out of the back. We'll definitely have to see how that pans out throughout the night, as to see if that's going to be a playing factor into his feature race event tonight. And we're side by side coming out of turn 3, or coming out of turn 2, I'm sorry, going into turn 3. As it looks like they're starting to gain a little bit on the leader there. Number 7 of Mark Wittig going into turn 1. as they go by the number 29 of John Lafitte. Coming out of turn 4, going down the front straightaway. It looks like everybody's starting to get bottled up. It's going to make for some great racing. As the number 71 looking to, or 13, I'm sorry, looking to the inside of number 51, Scotty Crowston. As they roll off into turn 3, looking down the front straightaway, as they're going to get the white flag coming down the front straightaway, and it's going to be the number 7 of Mark Wittig with your race lead. As everybody's starting to get lined up and bunched up and get put back together. But it looks like coming out of turn 4 is going to be the number 7 of Mark Wittig. And they're going to drag race the line for second place, but it's going to be number 51 of Scotty Crowston. And your second position, number 13 of Tommy Gooden. Lined up and ready to go green. And we are green, rolling off into turn 1. Looks like the number DC12 of Mike Staples gets an early lead and jumps out. Number 60 of Jason Palakis running in second place. And looks like the 24W of Ricky Howell running in third. And Brian Franklin, 14X, running fourth. Jesse Tate looking and trying to find a way to round the outside as his bumper seems to be hanging off. And definitely had a little paint traded there before the race started, but we'll get everybody lined out and see what we can do about passing some cars later on.
I don't have another mic right now. That's the problem.
If you want to bring it back, just let me know. As it looks like we're going to have a caution for debris in the middle of turns 3 and 4 will be Jesse Tate's rear bumper.
You want a sandwich? You want a sandwich? We got everything here. We got cheese balls. Everything. Are you good? All right. I'm good.
As still to the early race lead, it will be the DC12 of Mike Staples with about a half a straightaway lead as the caution will come out for debris on the race. 24W of Ricky Howell as we're going to go green. Jesse Tate looking for a way to get around all of them, bring it home for the Texarkana crew as he is representing the TK Outlaws. DC12 jumping out to a great lead. He's got about 5 or 6 cars going in turn 3 as he is setting a torrid pace coming around the race surface. As 24W Ricky Howell is looking for a way to pick up a little bit of speed going in turn 3 there as they round out the back straightaway. Jesse Tate battling with the number 60 of Ricky Pelakakis.
Turn 2.
As the caution comes out, we got a car upside down, and I can't seem to see who it is because I can't read upside down, but get a read on the car number right now, but I will get it back to you as soon as I can. As we are going green, Jesse Tate looks to the inside of 24W, and he's going to round out third place as they come across the start-finish line. Rolling into turn 1. Jesse Tate looking to the inside of the 60 car, Jason Pelakakis. As they are side by side going down the back straightaway, rolling in turn 3. As they're getting bobbled up there and getting ready to swap for positions. Number 60 car getting a little squirrely coming out of turn 4. And Jesse Tate looks like he's going to try and take away the position rolling in turn 1. As he does, coming out of turn 2, Jesse Tate taking away the second position. As it will be DC12 and Mike Staples with your lead and Jesse Tate running second. Jesse putting on a strong run tonight. He's definitely had quite the year, one to definitely keep an eye on, as he's had quite a solid run throughout the year at 67 Speedway and Timberline Speedway both, and quite a number of honorable finishes at Boot Hill Speedway in Louisiana and Diamond Park Speedway in Nashville, Arkansas. As your field is filing out in single file one by one here, rolling off in turn 1, it'll be the DC12 of Mike Staples running in second, Jesse Tate in 13J, number 60 car Jason Pelakakis, 24W of Ricky Howell. And the 27 of Michael R. Smith. As we got one car around and a tire coming off of the number 24 W of Ricky Howell. Up and get ready to go green. As we are going green coming out of turn 4, it'll be the DC-12 of Mike Staples, still with the lead, and Jesse Tate in the number 60 car side by side going in turn 1. As Michael R. Smith looking to the bottom of Jesse Tate coming out of turn 2. Jesse Tate looking to the bottom of the DC-12 of Mike Staples and going in turn 3, and they come out of turn 4 side by side for the 3rd position, beating and banging. Definitely some close racing in the heat race number 2 of the 4-cylinder division. As they're side by side, Jesse Tate looks to the bottom of the DC-12 of Mike Staples going in turn 3 as he makes a little contact with him and gets squirrely coming out of turn 4, and it will be the checkered flag, and it will be Jesse Tate squeezing it out to the last minute for the 4-cylinder heat race number 2 win. As we've got Boone Evans taking home what should be B-Main number 1 win. Well, looks like the 28 car is going to opt to not start on the front row, so we're going to go green out of turn 4. And it will be the 11F of Clint Fletcher jumping out to the early lead. And it will be the number 5 of Daniel Whitehill running second. Kane Pilot running in 3rd place as they're lining out and everybody getting strung out nose to tail going down the back straightaway running in turn 3. But it will be Clint Fletcher with your early race lead going off in turn 1. As the whole field seems to get lined out nose to tail and strung out throughout the track. Definitely not a lack of great racing tonight. Seems like everybody's been able to put on a good show and definitely show up and show out throughout all the racing classes. So number 5, Daniel Whitehill challenging for the race lead coming out of turn 4, going down the front straightaway. Battling with the 11F of Clint Fletcher as they're side by side coming out of turn 4, going out back straightaway. As it looks like the caution might possibly come out. No, it looks like we're going to stay green as 2 cars get tangled up and spun around on the back straightaway, but they clean and green and going back wide open racing. As both of these drivers seem to be putting on a hell of a show the number 11 car to get caught up in lap traffic there. Number 11F of Clint Fletcher and the number 5 of Daniel Whitehill starting to trade a little paint there and rubbing each other the wrong way. As they go down the front straightaway, there are 1 and 2 rolling off into turn 1 as the checkered flag comes out, and it will be the 11F of Clint Fletcher, the number 5 rolling off in second place at Daniel Whitehill. As everybody's lined up side by side, ready to go green flag racing. As it will be the 27 of Bubba Vines rolling off the early race lead in turn 1, and it will be the orange car of Quentin Jackson running in second place. Number 6 of Alex Williams running in third, and Skeet Amison and the number 5 of Brian Holland battling it out for your 4th place. As the field seems to be bottled up pretty good, a lot of great racing throughout the field. Skeet Amison and Brian Holland still side by side battling for the 4th place. Skeet seems to get a little run on him coming down turn 4, going down the front straightaway. '34J Quentin Jackson rolling up on the back of Bubba Vines as the caution will come out. Second, F5 Skeet Amison and the number 5 Brian Holland as we are going green here coming out of turn 4. Number 27 of Bubba Vines jumping out with an early lead, about 6 or 8 car lengths, rolling off into turn 1. Number 34 is not one to lay down. He is going to definitely rise to the occasion and sling the right rear quarter panel to number 6. Skeet Amison battling side by side with him is number 5 of Brian Holland. He's going to look to the inside of him, trying to gain positions. Definitely track position is key tonight. When the track seems to take rubber like this, it's definitely who starts in front of the other as who determines who will finish in front of the other at the end of the heat race. As number 5 of Brian Holland seems to get a little crossed up and falls off the pace there. We'll have to wait and see if that causes a caution or not. He might look to the infield there. Done.
Your factory stock B main event continues on here at the Lonestar Speedway. And at turn number 3, right now, Josh Greenwald, RaceOnTexas.com, most improved driver in 2018, rolls down the front boulevard in hand with the race lead. Skeet Amison, the 61-year-old Wiley veteran racer, has over 150 career victories. Going to roll to the inside of Quentin Jackson for second. He'll punch the time clock and go to work. He'll dispose of Jackson and throw him into his hip pocket. Now Alex Williams on the march. Alex Williams going to roll to the inside of Jackson. Jackson says no. Off of turn number 4, down the boulevard, tick-tock goes the race clock. The center of the hourglass is starting to tick away. As Greenwald still out front in command of this one, but Skeet Amison now getting up on the wheel. He'll punch the throttle down the back straightaway, the midpoint of the back straightaway here at Sam and Lisa Haverty's beautiful 38 Mile Speed Plant right off of I-20. Here in B main number 1 for the factory stocks. Down the boulevard into turn number 1.
See, that's what I got to work on. See, you can fill airspace, I can't. You'll learn.
Josh Greenwald, mentioned a few moments ago, RaceOnTexas.com, most improved driver in 2018's got one of the hungriest hounds in the business nipping at his heels here in that form of that crude off race car number F5 in the turn number 1. Here comes Skeet Amison. Skeet Amison.
Bubba Vines, 27.
And Bubba Vines behind the wheel of Greenwald's number 27 car tonight. How about that? That's an interesting entry. That's why you always have to check the lineup. You never can be too sure. These guys like to swap rides. These guys switch rides more than ladies get rides in the red light district. Off of 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The white flag is out for the final time. Knocked into the back door like a trick-or-treater of the Sweet Tooth here about a month after Halloween. And off of turn number 4, drag racing to the line. The pair of veteran racers, Bubba Vine's going to win it.
Like I said, it's a big deal for me.
Where's the lineup for these guys?
There it is.
Don Jensen inside over number 2 in car number 23. Outside will be Joshua Funderburk in 7J. Hunter Riley in the R45. Olin Holder in the 39. T-Ray Burkett in 333. Lights are out. We're underway here in heat race or B main number 2 here for the factory stocks. Presented by Hampton Inn and Suites. Look out, Duos. Oh man, we almost sent him straight to promoter school. Try that. What you got?
It's you get used to it, ain't you?
Re-racked and stacked the 1996 Super Late Model Champion Ricky Ingles out of Longview, Texas, ready to punch the time clock and send the field back to work. They all brought their stamps. They'll send them down to 1.
I'll come out there with you like toward the end of the week, next weekend. I'll holler at you and see what we can do.
How about? Ricky Ingles still out front of command of this one, car number 81. Joshua Funderburk, now in his second full season of racing, rolls second. Holder sits third. The battle for fourth and final transfer spot is up for grabs right now. Only the top 4 go to the A. It's a how bad do you want it? Show me what you got. Saturday night special here at the Lone Star Oval, and around goes Jensen at the top of turn number 4.
Whoa. Fucking language is going. My ass was easy tonight.
Yeah.
Last week, that's a whole different reason.
Oh, yeah.
I've been telling you, I've been making
Sand of the hourglass is starting to tick away, but right now the top 4 is tighter than the top string on the Texas Fiddle. You got 4 good ones. You got Holder making his first start here at Lone Star this season. You got Kirby, who won his first ever race at the Rose Bowl Speedway not long ago. He'll roll to the inside for 4th. It's hitting up into turn number 3. Here comes Nick Kirby. And here comes Cody Myers out of Bossier City. He'll throw his hat into the ring and become a player here. Right in front of the fields of number 81 of Ingles is the car rolling through the infield now. As they head off a 2 down the back straight, Cody Myers suffering heartbreak in the heat race. But he says, I got to get what I can get, and I hope that Holder don't throw a fit. And he's off of turn number 4 they come. Kirby still holding on to it. But right now, Cody Myers rolling his way to the inside for 4th. Only the top 4 go to the main event. They'll still go door-to-door for the 4th and final transfer spot as they set their sights down the back straightaway on turn number 3. Cody Myers out of Bossier City, Louisiana. Says, I didn't drive all the way down I-20 to come home and put this thing on the trailer too early, but he's got 2 laps to go to set the score. He'll give him a shot in the shorts into 1 and 2. Holder knows he's there. They'll both punch the time clock and go to work down the back straightaway. I said that way too many times tonight. No. And to turn number 3 and off of 4. Myers has got to go, and he's got to go now. because the sand in the hourglass is officially evaporated for him, and he better get up on the wheel and put the whip to the horses in that number 55. Holder's making his car wide. Here comes Cody Myers for the final time in the turns 3 and 4. Myers going to go to the outside shelf of the Lonestar Speedway and let the big dog eat. He'll put that Boone Racing Power Plant to the test, and to the line, Cody Myers is going to steal it by half a cat's whisker. Oh, boy. How do you like me now? And Holder says, I don't like it. Branson Sheffer, outside of him at 65R, Junior Styles in the 316, Wayne Hart Jr. in the 3M, Larry Fears, Randall Settle, and Anthony Heffler. The lights are out. We're underway here at Lone Star for 12 laps, so this is the top 4 to the main event. Top 4 to the A, and they go at it here. Hot and heavy Alpha 2 as they set their sights down the back straightaway on turn number 3 here to the opening lap. Oh, my goodness. And fast Eddie Martin into the back stretch wall, as well as Junior Styles riding the back straightaway wall like Shaun White on a skateboard.
Especially in a big stakes race like this means a lot, and it is easy to jump the start.
As the 211 of Chase Hatton along the outside of Crandall, Texas racer, Bobby Ruffin. Ruffin ate all the Thanksgiving stuffing, and he's on the button into 1. Into 3. Here comes Larry Fears. Larry Fears was in the in-house, and now he's in the outhouse, where he was a few weeks ago. He led the first 14 laps of the main event here at Lone Star. Right now, he's mired in the 4th and final transfer spot in the F&F Transmission More Wheel Service number 11. Larry, No Fears, goes by the moniker here tonight, as right now the Central Louisiana racer out of Alexandria, the 79 of Randall Settle. He'll punch time clock. He'll go to work down to the inside of the number 211 of Chase Hatton. Hatton says no. Hatton will continue to rip and roar the inside lane into the Lone Star Speedway here tonight. But right now, Ruffin is getting away.
I sort of think that's where I fall in, and maybe drive.
Chase Hatton has to be one of the most improved drivers in 2018, and that Ingles Racing Performance number 211, the DeBerry, Texas racer, has went all the way up and down the roads with Jason Ingles week in and week out, helps him out a lot with his racing program. And right now, Hart is, I'm telling you folks, he deserves a 10 out of 10 for that score.
Why'd the leader go to the top? What the fuck?
He couldn't judge where old boy was going.
Shit, I stayed on the bottom. That's his fault.
All right, I'm done.
Dude, there's a lot of guys missing setup.
Bobby Ruffin will push the button, and he'll send them back to work off of 4. We're back underway. Chassis, a feature race winner back on Memorial Day weekend. Zach McMillan in 14. Outside it'll be Chris Reed from Monticello, Arkansas, doing double duty tonight. Jeff Harrison, the 16X. Outside is Jack Sarton. Ross Big Boss Malone. Dakota Hart in 18M. Colby O'Neill in 8cc.
I take it really seriously now.
Jack Sarton on a roll to the march to the front. He'll dispose of the Monticello, Arkansas driver, Chris Reed, and he'll go to second. Reed relegates himself to third. Here comes...
He got tore up in heats of that.
You talking about the green or the white one?
I'm talking about the 5-8 car. He broke the record in heats.
Oh, he just got towed out.
Damn! Shit.
Man, that car's able to keep rolling like it's rolling the front like a buggy.
Dude, since I've been sitting here watching, we got 2 Outlaw chassis that already have to come back to the shop.
Yeah, that 333.
Yeah.
Zach McMillan out of Gladewater, Texas will lead the Bills Built 777 of Jack Sarton to the stripe. And we're back on our way.
He's got good intentions, but he goes about it completely the wrong way. He don't have good intentions.
Off of 4, coming to the white flag for Gladewater, Texas racer Zach McMillan. And 3 and 4 as he sets his sights on it down the back straightaway for the final time. As the driver of the Hughes Racing chassis, 14Z PNWSL's PNW Ironworks Hughes chassis, Zach McMillan scores in a dominating run of the B main event. Followed by the Bills Built 717 of Jack Sarton. Season finale here at Lonestar Speedway. The Turkey Nationals ready to heat it up off of turn number 4. Kevin Simpson trying to go back to back, and the lights are out. We're on demand on raceontexas.com into 1. We're underway. Ingles got a good start. Jason Ingles going to rip and roar to the outside lane of the Lonestar Speedway here at his home racetrack, and around goes 1 into 1, and we'll get a caution early. If the car can't get refired, and he will not, we'll go caution. Kevin Simpson going to try something different on this restart. He got a much better restart. We're back underway here at the Lonestar Speedway. And Kevin Simpson likes the restart, but Ingles does as well as they hustle him off into turn number 1. Goodness gracious, JoJo Wilhelm on the front straightaway going to come to a screeching stop, and we got another one coming around, and we got carnage. Carnage, 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 and more carnage. Ingles very tough. If he jumps out to the early read from the onslaught of this one, it may be an uphill battle for the rest of these competitors, but you can't count out Simpson. The lights are out. We're back underway here at Lonestar. Simpson got another good start, but that outside line momentum works to the advantage of the 12 of Ingles again. They'll hustle him off into turns 1 and 2. Jason Ingles out front with the lead in car number 12 here early on. Half a lap in the books down the back straightaway. We'll look to get 1 lap officially scored. This is your 3rd original restart here at Lonestar for the Turkey Nationals with limited modifieds. As they come off of 4, Ingles leads lap 1. My goodness gracious, guys. And we'll stay green. Barry Hornbeck just nearly brought out the caution, send him to promoter school. Down the boulevard into turn number 1, it's all Jason Ingles out front right now with the lead. Off of 2, down the back straightaway, Barry Hornbeck now getting disposed of as they roll into turn number 3. Jason Ingles. And we got one coming around right here at the tail of the field. The caution flag has no choice but to wave. In other words, according obviously to the rule book. After that, you don't go Delaware double file. We go Texas single file to alleviate the cautions as we're back underway here in Kilgore. Back underway in the turn number 1 here at Lonestar Speedway in your topless Turkey Nationals. And your first A main of the night here on RaceOnTexas.com on demand. And the turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, it's out front of Jason Ingalls, the 2-time Armadillo Nationals champion. Jason Ingalls out front with the lead right now over the Flint, Texas race of the reigning Turkey Nationals winner of Kevin Simpson. Gary Stuckey out of Kilgore right here at his home racetrack rides in third. The Harleton, Texas racer of Brent Tidwell sits fourth. In fifth, it's Bobby Ruffin out of Crandall. Outside of the top 5, sitting in 6th is the 14C of Corey Tutt. 7th is Stacy Tyler out of Crosby. 8th is the 14 of Kelly Lockie. 9th is Kane Pollan having a great run for only his first start out of the 2018 season. And your B-main winner, Clint Fletcher's in 10th. So, Jason Ingalls just breaks under the green flag. Tough break for Jason Ingalls. Jason Ingalls, Heartbreak Hotel, breaks a power plane, it appears, in car number 12, and he's given up the ghost. Tough break for Jason Ingalls. It will not be tonight for Jason Ingalls, as Kevin Simpson out of Flint, Texas, trying to go back-to-back in the Turkey Nationals. Simpson opened up the year winning here, trying to put the bookends on the 2018 season. Won here back in February to open up the season, and around goes the 73 of Stillwell, Oklahoma's Eddie Martin on the back straightaway off the exit of turn number 2, and the caution flag will wave. Wow. Back underway here at Lone Star. Here comes, Bobby Ruffin just hooked the tail tank of the number 20, about put him into the back straightaway wall. And the 121 of the Crandall Texan loses wholesale positions, as well as the Harleton Texan Brent Tidwell. Brent Tidwell is going to come to a screeching stop off the exit of corner number 4, but he's back in the throttle and send him to promoter school, but we have a caution anyway. And had we not completed that lap, that the 20 car could have easily perhaps gotten his spot back. 7 laps complete, 13 remain here at Lone Star. Gary Stuckey now on the tail tank of the 561 of Simpson. We're back underway. As they head back down the boulevard, Tut got a little cattywampus there up the exit of corner number 2. Opens up the door for Stacy Tyler out of Crosby. To the inside they come. Kelly Lockie now. He'll go to the inside of the mishap for the 84 car. 84 will slam the door shut. They are running centimeters apart from one another's quarter panels, and here comes Lockie. Kelly Lockie going to thread the needle to go down the back straightaway and try to walk through the threshold to the inside of the number 84, and he will. Look out, Kelly. Kelly Lockie looking good tonight, baby. Says he's got an encore in the factory stock coming to you. He's got his, and the 84 and the 121 make contact. Sent into promoter school. Into turns 1 and 2. Tick-tock goes the race clock. 10 and 10 laps to go. The Flint, Texas racer Kevin Simpson out front in command of this one. Down the front straightaway he comes. Everybody's separated by about the same distance right now around the racetrack. Your top 3 anyway. Will lap traffic become a factor in this race? It looks as if it appears that Gary Stuckey is inching in a little bit closer on your race leader, Kevin Simpson. Stuckey driving that car hard as he can possibly drive it right now. If he wants to win this race, he's got to go, and he's got to go now because it's 4.5 laps to go, 4.5 laps to go when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway with the Hampton Inn and Suite sign. Kevin Simpson threading through lap traffic down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look out, Kevin. Kevin rolling through lap traffic. Stuckey will dispose of 1. He'll try to work on 2. And off of 4 down the boulevard. He'll dispose of the lap car to the number 79 into 1. Simpson gets through unscathed. No harm, no foul for him. The next cars that appear to be a victim of the double lap down are a sizable advantage up front of him. Don't know that they'll play and be a factor. Setting sights off of 4. Down the front straightaway, it'll be 2 laps to go this time by for Kevin Simpson. It'll be this time by the white flag for Kevin Simpson out of Flint. Oh, we got a caution. A car coming around at the exit of corner turns 1 and 2, and we'll get a caution. Simpson out of Flint, Texas has this one nearly in the bag. All he needs to do is hit his restart perfectly. Gary Stuckey licking his chops, sitting in second. We're back on our way here at Lonestar Speedway in your finale of 2018. Kevin will hug the hub and hug it well. Setting his sights down the back straightaway. Come on, guys. No harm, no foul. The white flag is out for Kevin Simpson. Final time down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. He'll roll off at turn number 4. He started off the year winning here back in February. He'll roll back to Lone Star and get your Turkey Nationals win tonight. Kevin Simpson wins it 5-6-1. Like I said, he's old school cool. One of the good guys in the sport. He'd do anything for any of his competitors. And he's climbing out from Lone Star for Kevin Simpson in 5-6-1. How about that, Kevin? You know, Jason Ingles, those first few restarts, man, he was hitting those restarts, that outside line. You've been here many a nights where that outside line momentum really carries you around this racetrack. You stayed smooth and you kept it underneath you, man. I'll tell you, you rolled straight to this victory tonight, but you had your work cut out for you.
Well, I tell you, man, I wasn't the fastest car. Jason was, but if there's anybody that's been helping me a ton, is Jason. Half the stuff that's on this car is his setup, and I didn't really have nothing for him. I hated he had motor problems, but I've had motor problems myself, and I'll take them any way I can get them.
Absolutely, you'll take them any way you can get them. You've been at this quite some time, man. I'd have to say, from an onlooker, this has to be one of the best seasons of your entire career. It's been an outstanding year for you, Kevin.
Well, I wasn't really going to run for points. It just kind of fell in place, and then, you know, I had a lot of good draws, and that helps with, you know, where you start out here, and I've done decent on, you know, with my draws.
2 straight Turkey Nationals for you. Maybe 3 in a row, is it?
Nah, it's
back. It's 3 in a row. Yeah, 3 straight Turkey National wins for you.
I eat a lot of turkey. I know that.
You eat a lot of Rock and Roll Whataburgers too.
Yeah, man. I'd like to thank Rock and Roll Whataburger. When y'all leave here, go get you a Whataburger. Thank Dunn Transmissions, Day Motorsports. Oh, my wife, I never do that, and she don't come a whole lot anymore, but she's here. My parents, and then I got a father-in-law in from Kentucky, and I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hug your loved ones, because I may not be there next year.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true class act right here, folks. This is, like I said, he's one of the good guys in the sport. Kevin, it's got to mean a lot to you. I was calling these races all night tonight, and you could look down and I saw your fan club. That's got to mean a lot to have that kind of support here.
And I appreciate it. I wish all of them had Whataburger shirts on there, but everybody's got to root for somebody, and I'm glad they come out.
Absolutely. Anybody in addition you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my nephews and James and Audrey, and my daughter Morgan's in. I forgot about her. She's in for the day. Oh boy, I'd had a walk home if I forgot that one. But hey, and I appreciate racing.com. Thank you much. Race on, Texas. Race on.
We thank you for just putting on a good show, man. As long as you do your part, we'll do ours. Congratulations, Kevin. Well-deserved win for you, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Simpson and Victor Lane here at Lone Star. That'll be Paul Lopez. Bubba Vines at car number 27. 1996 Super Champion is Ricky Ingles in 81. 20 laps the distance in your factory stock Turkey Nationals finale for 2018. TJ Evans on the front row with 16-year-old racer John Parker III on the outside. The lights are out. We're underway here at Lone Star. Hustling them off into turns 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight. Down the back straightaway off the exit of 2 and into turn number 3. Parker kicked up the rooster. Here comes Bubba McEachern. McEachern going to throw his hat in the ring and become a player. They go door to door. 1 by 2 by 2. All the way back to the tail. Off of 4. Down the front boulevard into 1. TJ Evans leads lap number 1. 3 wide for 5th. 3 wide into 1 and 2. The 19-year-old Dylan Alasko. Oh, baby. Into turn number 3. It's heating up. And turn number 3, TJ Evans. Oh, my goodness. Right in front of the field's the 9 of John Parker. And it collects the 20B of Bubba McEachern. On this restart. Well, you got a driver who hasn't even raced here all year long in the form of the number 123 and the 41 of the 19-year-old has raced here once this year of Dylan Alasko. We're back underway as the 114 punches the time clock and sends them back to work. Here we go. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Kelly Lockie. Lockie wants to heat this thing up inside of the top 5 now. And at turn number 3, here comes Dylan Alasko. Here comes Lockie in tow. Off of turn number 4, down the front boulevard they come. And to turn number 1. It's heating up at Lone Star. It's getting messier than an 80s food fight, looking like a scene from Animal House. Into turn number 3, here comes Lockie now, flirting with disaster all the way to the inside. Flip-flop the number 41 and 14. Well, you got inverted numbers for whatever that means, but into turn number 1, Lockie says 14 comes in front of 41. And you got the 114 there. How about that? Those are 3 good digits to have tonight. 114, 41, and 14 right now, your top 3. And the turn number 3 and rolling off of turn number 4. It's TJ Evans stuck like Chuck off of turn number 4. He is rolling over and digging tonight, baby. Tough break early on for Bubba McEachern, who had a hot rod here tonight. Had a car to contest for a victory. And was caught up in the mishap with the 9 of Sugar Parker. Had to restart at the tail. Look at Lockie send it. He brought his stamps. And watch this big run that Lockie gets off the exit of corner number 2. Here comes Cameron Furr now. Cameron Furr into the mix. Keep your eyes on the youngster. The 18-year-old's got himself a hot rod tonight. This kid is so damn impressive. Out of 4 down the front straightaway into 1. Love watching him race. Watch him progress. From the first time he sat behind the wheel of a race car, the first time I ever interviewed him over at Boot Hill Speedway when he won a beginner cruiser race. And he might just very well roll up and snag this win and steal it away from his 3 counterparts up in front of him who run 1, 2, 3 right now. The East Texans 1, 2, 3 down the front boulevard into turn number 1. He says, hey, I got my party hat on. And he's got his fire suit on. He ain't got the birthday suit on, thank to God. And the turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. I'm telling you what. TJ Evans ready to party like it's 1999. Party like it's 2018 because he partied here 2 Saturday nights ago. He just won Rosewall Speedway's track championship last weekend. Not sure that he could pick weekends to go any better than they've been the last 3 consecutive weeks. Winona last Saturday night captured the Rose Bowl championship and a little bit of a shot in the shorts for Alasko from the 14 of Lockie. Lockie in that Wild Child chassis. Can we nearly go caution free in this race tonight? Here comes Cameron Furr. Cameron Furr on the throttle to the inside of the 14 of Kelly Lockie. Lockie feels the pressure now. They'll wash up the racetrack just ever so slightly. They'll go door to door off the exit of corner number 4. Cameron Furr's got himself a hot rod. Heartbreak Hotel from a good friend, Kelly Lockie. Just popped. Pop goes the weasel at the top of turn number 2, losing power after a stellar performance here tonight. And Kelly Lockie has got to be smashing his hands up against the steering wheel. And Kelly Lockie. 11 laps complete, 9 laps to go in this 20-lap affair. Off of 4 down the front boulevard. We're back underway here in Kilgore. And a good restart by Cameron Furr. How bad do you want it? A good old show me what you got Saturday night special here at Lone Star for the Turkey Nationals. And the 41 of Dylan Alasko gets disposed of. The 18-year-old disposes of the 19-year-old. Rolling out for 4 down the front straightaway into 1. Here comes Cameron Furr. Cameron Furr comes from 8th to 2nd in this race to this point. TJ Evans sits on the pole position and he holds on to the top spot right now. Who has the better car here on the waning stages of this one? Down the front straightaway they come into turn number 1. Who's it going to be tonight here at Lone Star? Right now, it's tighter than the top string on the Texas fiddle. Right now for 1, 2, and 3. Jensen back and forth by about 5 car lengths, being pressured by Davis in 91. Got to give props and credit when credit is due, and Billy Davis is due some props, folks. He has come a long way, and he's bringing the 5 and the 81 along with him. Lopez and the 81 of Ingalls. Cars out of the same shop out of Shreveport, Louisiana. 5 laps to go here at Lone Star. Tick-tock continues to go the race clock. Evans driving a smart and a flawless race tonight. Continues to relegate the advances of the 1 star of Cameron Furr. Caution flag is out. "17 laps complete, 3 laps to go." TJ Evans continues to lead on Lone Star off of 4 with 2 to go now. Cameron Furr, if he wants to do something, he's got to go, and he's got to go now. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Ricky Ingalls now outside of the top 5. Look at Ricky Ingalls going to the outside in car number 81. Oh my. Joshua Funderburg going to come out with the caution here as they were going to come to the white flag. TJ Evans won both track championships here in East Texas. Won the factory stock title here at Lone Star 2 weeks ago with the factory stock win as well. And he won at Rose Bowl last Saturday night. We're back underway here at Lone Star. Ready to knock on the back door once again here on the restart. Here comes Cameron Furr. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Here comes Furr. He'll try down to the inside for the race lead off of turn number 4 with the white flag waving this time by. The final 3/8 mile trip. Furr going to test the outside lane and try to diamond off the corner off the exit. Has his crosshair still down to the back deck lid of number 114 for the final time in the turns 3 and 4. Here comes Cameron Furr, going to give him a knock on the back door. They're going to drag race to the line, and off of turn number 4, your winner for the 2nd straight week, the 114 of TJ Evans. Get script them any better. Climbing out of the car, give it up for TJ Evans in 114. Give him a hand, Lone Star. Woo! How about that, brother?
Man, I've been 22 years trying to win this race. Woo!
Yes, sir. I love it, man. I love your emotion. 2 weeks ago out here, man, you burnt the house down the front stretch. You won the race a couple weeks ago in thrilling fashion, and you win here tonight, man. 2 straight, and then you win the track title at Rose Bowl last weekend. I mean, what a last 3 weeks for you, my friend.
Oh, it's been great, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do it without all the help that's helped me this year, man. And I couldn't do I'd like to thank Sam and his wife Lisa for giving us this place to race. Man, it's awesome, bad fast tonight.
Man, this place is racy too. I mean, it's slick from top to bottom, but man, you really have to get up on the wheel. I mean, you had comers, you had, Kelly at one time, knocked your back bumper off, Cameron Furr, they're late. Yeah, I know you had to feel the pressure.
Oh yeah, man, and I knew I had some heavy hitters behind us. All we had to do is hold our line. And there was a couple times, I kind of messed up there a little bit, but we corrected it. But I'd like to thank all of y'all for coming and watching us tonight. Thanks, Dad. Mom, thanks for coming tonight.
Man, I love your emotion so much, man. It really is awesome. It just shows how much this sport really means to you. From a guy who's raced modifieds, limiteds, I think I brought this to your attention a few weeks ago. A guy that's kind of raced all these different styles of cars. What does this factory stock class obviously mean to you? I mean, it suits your driving style so well, but it seems like you're having the time of your life driving these cars.
Man, this is what my old man started me out in, a stock car racing. We went modified racing, we went late model, and did the limited thing, and man, this is the most competitive class there is.
Very competitive, and you're a competitive shoe yourself. Finally got the Turkey Nationals. Congratulations to you, TJ. Before I let you go, I do want to give you an opportunity to thank all the folks that help you out.
I'd like to thank Tommy Evans with Evans Welding, my mom, my cousin Krista. That's one of my biggest fans right there, y'all. Burns me up all week. We racing, oh we racing, oh we racing. I'd like to thank my wife, day in, day out. We do it, don't we, baby? Big old trucking, Jack Odom, all my friends that have helped me, Jonathan Stewart, with JCS Trucking, Stewart Trucking, Manus Furniture. I'd like to thank, oh daggum, I went blank, man. It happens. The car owner and his wife, Kirby with Kirby Flooring, Joe Stone and Laura Stone. I'd like to thank all y'all for coming. Thank y'all tonight.
Give him a hand one more time. Lonestar Speedway. TJ Evans, your Turkey Nationals factory stock winner.
Good job, man.
Your open wheel modified main event is underway here at Lonestar for the Turkey Nationals. 20 laps the distance in the one. Two of the heavyweights here out of East Texas and two of the Arklatex area greats. The grandson of the late great Ace Hennigan and the son of Tommy Joe Hennigan rolls off at turn number 4. And the former Winnigan, Chris Hennigan, out front. He leads lap number 1 here at Lonestar tonight. But here comes Ingalls. Jason Ingalls, flirting with disaster, rolls right there to the inside of the number 16 and right about a hair away from the skidder. Chris Hennigan leads here in Kilgore tonight. Chris Hennigan down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Everybody seems to be hugged around the hub of the track right now, separated about the same distance back to 5th. Right now, it's Winnigan, Chris Hennigan out of Marshall, driving the GRT chassis built by Joe Garrison. Out front in the lead of the panel trust, Rick Sis Performance, number 16. The East Texas Hauling and Rigging, Mac Tools by Bradley. Mr. Plummer, sponsor number 12, the owner and fabricator of Ingalls Racing Performance Chassis, has himself a nice hot rod here in the mod main event after leading the limited modified feature event just 2 feature events ago. Broke while leading after a dominant performance tonight in that limited modified main event and went to the Heartbreak Hotel instead. He'll try to make up for the mishap in this one, but he's got his work cut out for him, and one of the best to do it in Chris Hennigan. So Ingalls continues to ride, and with his crosshairs down to the back spoiler to the number 16 of Hennigan. Ingalls being stalked by the number 15 W, our most recent modified winner here 2 Saturday nights ago of Denny Gabar out of Frankston. The former $10,000 winner here to the Armadillo National several seasons ago, and we'll get the first caution of this main event. The 79 of Randall Settle, the reason for the caution at the bottom of turn number 4. Want to wish a big happy birthday to Nevaeh Robinson. Happy 6th birthday to Nevaeh Robinson. Thank you for celebrating your birthday with us, young lady, here at Lonestar tonight. The mod main event is back underway off at turn number 4. wild, but land on my damn shoulder. I'm all right. So Winnigan, Chris Hennigan continues the lead here, assaulting the Lone Star Speedway with reckless abandon tonight. Throws all caution to the wind into turn number 3 with Jason Ingles nipping, or trying to nip at his heels anyway. Hennigan's getting away. Oh boy, right in front of the field goes the Flower Mound Texan Kevin Rutherford. Pull out and be ready to go. Hey boy. Here we go. Chris Hennigan out front with the lead on the restart. Here we go. Backing away with Chris Hennigan out front in command. Here comes the Red Oak Texan Bobby Malkus. They're 3 wide mid-pack off the exit of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Jack Sarton was the cheese in the middle of that bun, and he rolls and splits the gap and picks up a couple of spots there. Rolls to the back deck of the 121 of the Bobby Ruffin out of Crandall, Texas. As they set their sights down the back straightaway, Bobby Malkus is disposed of the Isaacs Record Service number 15W, the Frankston, Texas racer Denny Gabar. Gabar relegates himself to 4th as the 4M of Bobby Malkus out of Red Oak has risen his way to 3rd. Malkus just a little bit too loose off the exit of the corner. If Malkus can keep that car pinned off the exit, he may have something here, but watch how wide he hangs out the exit of the corners. I don't know, though. It very well could not be hurting him. It may actually be paying to his benefit. That time, you see the car stay pinned there to the bottom of the exit of turn number 2. Much better and much tighter. If he can lock in his elbows, if you will. Chris Hennigan just so smooth right now around the Lone Star Speedway. At a track that Chris Hennigan didn't necessarily have too much good luck at for the majority of his racing career. Wasn't a track that he necessarily pinpointed and said, you know what, we're going to go to Lone Star and have a lot of success. Wasn't his racetrack that he could particularly turn up and turn out wins in, but I'm telling you, for the last 2+ seasons, Chris Hennigan has made his butter right here at this racetrack, and he is surely loving it. And he's loving what he sees right now out of the front deck lid of the number 16 machine. And that GRT racing chassis built by Joe Garrison with that Rick Sis power plant underneath the hood. It's singing a song around the Kilgore Oval tonight. Sporting sponsors for Panel Trust, CNC Oilfield Services. And that number 16 career search entry is digging like Daryl, and the 14Z of Zach McMillan comes to a screeching stop, as well as Larry Fears in 1, and we'll get the caution. Well, modified action at Lone Star Speedway is Winnigan, Chris Hennigan out front with the lead. Congratulations goes out to my good friend Kenneth Montgomery for winning tonight's limited modified feature event at the Brian Miles Memorial in Kennedale, Texas, the Kennedale Speedway Park. We're backing away here at Lone Star Speedway as Hennigan leads them in the 1 and 2. Racing Jason Ingles sits second. Here comes Bobby Malkus. Bobby Malkus shoots out of a can on the restart to the outside of the number 12 of Ingles. The 15W Denny Gabar rides back and forth, but here comes Justin Ingles, the twin brother to Jason. He's up to 5th now in 52. We continue to rip and roar the Lone Star Speedway. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by for Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. The Marshall Texan rolls this time down the front boulevard into turn number 1 to the white flag, coming out this time by. Final trip off of 2 and down the back straightaway as he sets his sights on turn number 3. He'll roll to turns 3 and off of 4 for the final time. From Marshall, Texas, Winnigan, Chris Hennigan wins again here at Lone Star in start 16. Jason Eagles with a respectable run will come home second. A great run for Bobby Malcolm to come home in third. Fourth will go to the 15W. Wait. Out of Marshall, Texas. And the GRT chassis, J&J Motorsports number 16. Give it up for him, Lone Star, for Winnigan, Chris Hennigan at 16. Well, Chris Hennigan, another Saturday night special and another victory for you, my friend. This one comes interesting for you. This racetrack used to give you so much trouble over the years. You know, back when I guess it was a big half mile, you didn't compete here much, but man, the last 2+ years, man, this place has really taken to a liking to your driving style and I guess to Chris Hennigan.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's probably one of my favorite tracks now to run at, and it's fast and you got to be smooth at the same time.
Were you ever worried at any part of that race?
Well, I knew Jason was going to be all over me, and I seen him at the first of the race, and I was worried about the tire, and you can't hold back on him. He's fast.
How much preparation for a race like this do you do throughout the week? I mean, any differently than any other race? Or, I mean, just how much prep do you do just to go over the car? Or what do you do during the week?
This week we went all over it. We've been struggling, so this week we worked really hard on it. It paid off.
You know, this may not be the largest paying event as far as money goes, but I'm sure you got a nice trophy to throw up on the mantle. As far as prestige goes, it'd be pretty special to cap off the year winning this race as well. You know, the Turkey Nationals.
Yeah, I like it, and it's fun. I think I won it a couple of years in my car, so we've had good luck at Turkey Nationals.
He actually did. I remember that. He was in the 22. Yeah. I tell you what, Chris, as good as you've been here, it's got to be pretty special for, I guess, the corner you've turned at this racetrack. And Sam's done a hell of a job at this place. This place is really racy.
Yeah, it's nice, and he does put a lot of work in it. Doug and all of them on the track, and we like coming over here.
I know you can't do this without great help, man. Let's hear about the folks that help you out in the 16 car.
CNC Oil Field, Panel Truss, Career Search, J&J Motorsports, Rollo's, Hennigan Construction. I know I'm missing some, but let's see.
Thank you, wife.
My wife and kids, daughter, and Lane, he helped today, so it's a lot of people put effort in it.
Good field of mods here. You come out on top. Congratulations to you, Chris Hennigan.
Thanks.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, from Marshall, Texas, Winnigan. Chris Hennigan lives up to his moniker, and he wins again. For one final go for the 2018 campaign. 3-time reigning series champion looking for his 28th career victory on the tour. Cadillac Jack Sullivan out of Greenbrier, Arkansas will punch the time clock and send him to work. The Bending Seating and Air Carrier C8 Rocket XR1 of Timothy Colt washed up the racetrack there on the open and go into 1 and 2 and allowed one spot to get by him underneath. The R5 of Hunter Rasted from Jonesboro, and we got trouble through 3 and 4. Oh my. A Walmart in a Target parking lot. Lose a few cars there on this one, but we got to re-rack and stack for another original restart. Out front, it's Greenbrier, Arkansas's Cadillac Jack Sullivan, the 3-time reigning Comp Cam Super Dirt Series champion. And Trey Bean from the outside front row. And they got a little bit of cattywampus there on the start into 1. Ruffled up the right rear quarter panel of the C8 of Hollywood Timothy Colt. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. This time Colt going to dispose of the R5 of Rasson and get the better of him. Instead of fading to 4th on that original start, he holds on to 3rd. Down the boulevard into 1. Here comes Patrick Daniel in the 75. PD slams the 75. Honeycutt sand and gravel entry off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway with his crosshairs down to the back deck to the B52 of DeVille, Louisiana's Brandon Hightower. Hightower sitting in 6th. 7th is PD. 8th is Marouge, Louisiana's Tanner Kellick. Teammates door-to-door for 9th and 10th of Zach McMillan and Mo Bags Morgan Bagley. Out front by about 6 car lengths here on the opening lap of this, or the opening several laps of this 40-lap affair. It's all Cadillac Jack Sullivan. Staying tucked right around the hub of San Luis Haverty's 3/8 mile high bank double here in Kilgore tonight. As he rolls into turn number 3 with a sizable advantage. Trey Bean having a great performance tonight. A season performance, if you will. He hasn't had one this good all year long. So Trey Bean, that J. Dickens power number 115, continues to ride second. The reigning Turkey Nationals champion, after coming from dead last to win this race a season ago, Timothy Colt sits 3rd. Of course, Colt also won the World of Outlaws Craftsman Late Model Series race here on March the 26th a season ago. Back and forth, a feature race winner here last season here at the racetrack. Also won at Boot Hill Speedway earlier this season, and as well as at Batesville. It's Hunter Rasson from Jonesboro who sits in the 4th spot. Back behind him is B.J. Robinson, who has been hungry for a victory. B.J. Robinson, the 2016 P&W Sales Super Late Model Champion. DeVille, Louisiana's Brandon Hightower raced up and down the roads with the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series this season, as well as the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Now back in his roots in that Rocket XR1 chassis, the Cane River Brewing B52 hold back the advances of the 75 of the Wills Point Texan Patrick Daniel. Everybody tucked right around the hub of the racetrack tonight. And this is when it gets a little bit frustrating at times, as the caution flag will wave. At this point for the three-time reigning series champion Cadillac, Jack Sullivan at 18. He looks to head back to Greenbrier, Arkansas with a big smile on his face tonight, but not before perhaps he'll get challenged in this race. He's already captured the title and the Regional Touring Series Championship, and man, just look at what the 18 does on these restarts. That Rocket XR1, that Clements power underneath the hood is absolutely digging. And here comes B.J. Robinson. B.J. Robinson trying to flirt down to the inside of the R5 of Raston, and everybody continues to hug the hub. Jack Sullivan right now appears to be the man with the plan. He's got the gun in his hand. He continues to fire down the front straightaway back into turn number 1. The Integra shocks supplying all the dig that he needs underneath that number 18. The Clements power underneath the hood. Screaming underneath that Rocket XR1 built by Steve Baker and Mark Richards. As he continues to roll off of turn number 4 in that Mark Martin Automotive Panel Chipping sponsor number 18 Merrill Bonding Company entry. The WH Bean Contracting number 115 of Trey Bean. Many a Saturday nights, for what it's worth, when I was a young kid in the grandstands of the old Boot Hill Speedway and the old old Champion Park Speedway down the road in Minden, Louisiana, I saw the 115 of Trey Bean win many a dirt track Saturday nights behind the wheel of a late model. And it looks like it's 1999 all over again, because Trey Bean's looking pretty sporty tonight. He's got one of the youngsters, 26-year-old Timothy Colt, riding back here in the third spot behind him, trying to nip at his heels and reel him in. 27-year-old Hunter Raston sits in the fourth spot. Behind him is the 34-year-old B.J. Robinson, the son of the legend Billy Robinson. So right now, that's your top 5. Who is going to be the first taker to test the outside waters of this racetrack? Or will everybody continue to elect to be a little bit complacent and roll the hub? As right now, Timothy Culp has ran down and caught your second place driver to the 115 of Trey Bean. Timothy Culp trying to rise to the occasion and snatch it away. Can't shake a stick at the performance he had here a season ago. Cut down a right front tire early on in that main event and rolled his way all the way from the tail and stole it away with just a couple of laps to go. Tonight, he's going to have to get some help if he wants to get back up top and let the big dog eat like he did a season ago. Looking at all the just looking at the racetrack, obviously, and seeing the rubber from the top lane all the way to the bottom, you would think that there'd be a little bit more out there to grab. And right now, Trey Bean bottling up third place driver. Down the back straightaway, Jack Sullivan now getting bottled up by lap traffic of the F2R of Chris Reed out of Monticello, Arkansas. And the caution flag will wave. It's the 5 of John Mitchell, who coming to a screeching stop over the exit of turn number 2. An uncharacteristic caution for John Mitchell, who's Jack Sullivan back on the restart. He fires down the front straightaway, backing away into 1. Trey Bean rides second. Timothy Culp trying to do something with Bean. He had something for him in that last long green flag run. As they're back underway here at the Kilgore Oval. A big push there by Culp to the center of 3 and 4. He irons it back out and sets his sights back down the front straightaway into turn number 1. They continue to hug the hub and hug it well. Jack Sullivan has fended off, well, he hadn't had any comers yet. He is just clearly driven away each and every restart and is yet to be challenged in this race. Flawlessly executing. You know, as much as I said about this racing service or what the cards have been dealt right here, there is something to be said about running a race around a track like this, you got to really hit your corners perfectly each and every time. You got to be sure not to really overdrive it as the caution comes back out. This time by the line, 23 laps complete here at Lone Star. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3, Cadillac Jack Sullivan rolling just like his nickname says. It's rolling like a Cadillac tonight. End to 1, 24 laps complete. 16 laps to go here at the Kilgore Oval tonight, right off of I-20. As Salmon leads the Hebrides' beautiful high-banked oval. Tick-tock goes the race clock. The center of the hourglass is starting to tick away for the rest of these competitors. They want to get up there and do something with Jack. But I will say that this is the closest that they've been to him during a green flag run. They have not gotten this close to the 18 of Jack Sullivan. And are they inching a little bit closer? The car for him appears to be tightening up a little bit. He's able to obviously to steer the car right around the corners. And it's not breaking traction, and that's kind of what you want on these kind of track conditions. But here comes Hollywood Timothy Culp. Timothy Culp knocking to the back door to the 115 right now. The 115 continues to slam the door shut. The pair of former Northwest Louisiana racers go at it right now. Timothy Culp had Bill Fry, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, turning wrenches obviously on that C8 car for a lot of the last several years, as Culp now residing out of Prattsville, Arkansas. Timothy Culp trying to execute. If he could get clearance around the 115 of Bean, right now Bean's doing what he has to do, but will Culp run out of patience with him? Here comes Culp. Culp trying to thread the needle. The culprit is the 115 of Trey Bean. Timothy Culp knows if he gets up out of that bottom and tries to flirt with disaster and go to the outside of the 115, he's going to run out of real estate. 10 laps to go here in Kilgore. As you can see, folks, the harder that they get the racing for second, it opens up Jack Sullivan to run away and stretch out that advantage. As Timothy Culp continues to go to work, he punches the time clock, he brought his stamps, he'll send it. And here comes Culp and Bean trying to, oh, goodness gracious! Timothy Culp going to go hard in the front straightaway wall. And that is not how that deal was supposed to end. Obviously, these guys are vying hard for the second place position, and Timothy Culp just took a wild ride, as well as Trey Bean, and that was not supposed to happen. So Jack Sullivan trying to cap off his 4th straight Comp Cam Dirt Series championship. Off of turn number 4, we're back underway. There's some fireworks with Hollywood Timothy Culp and Trey Bean a few moments ago. When Culp clearly trying to take away that bottom line of the racetrack, and Bean slammed the door shut on him, and the rest obviously is history, what you just saw. Now it'll be up to Hunter Raston and BJ Robinson and their pair of Black Diamond Racing chassis. If they want to get up here and try anything with the 18 of Jack Sullivan, as the end of the hourglass is starting to tick away. We're under 10 laps remaining here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it'll be 7 laps to go this next time by down the boulevard, as Jack Sullivan approaches turn 3 and executes here off of turn number 4 in the number 18. 5 laps to go. Caution is back out. Jack Sullivan trying to get his 4th consecutive Comp Camso Dirt Series championship here. And the victory here at Lone Star tonight. A pair of Arkansas hot shoes lead 1 and 2 with Louisiana's B.J. Robinson sitting in 3rd. The pair of black diamonds built by Ronnie Stuckey run 2 and 3 on the restart. And P.D. Patrick Daniels now up to 4th. A good run for DeVille, Louisiana's Brandon Hightower in his first super late model race in quite some time sits 5th. Tanner Kellick is 6th. 7th is Scott Krugler out of Missouri. 8th is Zach McMillan. 9th is Morgan Bagley. Drivers running 2, 3, and 4 have all won here in a late model at this racetrack. Patrick Daniel, the 2014 winner of the Turkey Nationals, marred a little bit too far back to do anything here late in the going. Will Hunter Raston have anything to do here with 2 laps to go? 2 laps to go for Greenboro, Arkansas, Jack Sullivan in 18. Into turn number 3. I'm telling you right now, Raston's driving it in deep, but he's going to run out of time with the white flag out this time. Into turns 1 and 2. Down the next straightaway for the final time. It'll be the driver, the Merrill Bonding Company, Mark Martin Automotive, panel chipping. Rocket XR1, Clements Power number 18. It'll be his 4th consecutive championship, and he wins the race. The Turkey National 2018 winner goes to Cadillac Jack Sullivan in 18. 4th straight Comp Cam Super Dirt Series title. Ready to climb out of the Tegra Racing Shocks panel chipping. Mark Martin Automotive number 18 for Cadillac Jack Sullivan in 18. In an attrition field main event, where Jack had to literally hit his marks perfect each and every time, but the car would just rocket right off the exit of the corners. Tell you, Jack, you never really were pressured in this race, but more importantly, you come home the 2018 Turkey Nationals champion, and you win your unprecedented 4th straight Comp Cam Super Dirt Series regional championship. Man, it's got to be pretty awesome for you and this race team.
It is awesome. There's so many people that help us out. I got to thank Terry Panel. Wasn't for him, I don't know, I'd probably be cutting wood with him. And I got to thank my brother and Mark Martin, Central Arkansas Pet Service, McLean. It takes so many people to keep this stuff. Scott Kaiser, man, what Scott Kaiser, I don't know where I'd be either. Bad Boy Mowers. I got to thank the fans. I got to thank y'all because God knows Dirt Track needs you, and appreciate every one of you for coming. I got to thank my help, Chandler. And John, Captain John, he's been with me a long time. I'm out of breath, but and I'll talk all night if you don't tell me to shut up.
Hey, 4 years ago when you set out, you've run around, you've raced modifieds, sorry about that, Jack, but you've ran up and down the roads, you've ran USMTS, you've raced competitively, professionally for quite a few years now, obviously, and you sought out to run this deal for Chris Ellis's Arkansas-based tour 4 years ago to race a little bit closer to home and have a little bit more fun. And did you ever imagine that you'd have the amount of success that you've had? I mean, there's a lot of great races that run here on this tour.
No, there's a lot of great racers. I got to thank Chris Ellis. Really, dirt late model racing around here was in trouble, and he stepped up and run a series. And I used to run 90 nights a year. We run, and then you start having kids, and and they play ball, and you start trying to prioritize stuff a little better. And so then I ran this deal. It by all means, these guys are just as tough as any. In my opinion, it's one of the toughest regional series in the country, and. We just get out here and try to race, try to do the best we can with what we got, and it takes a lot of great people to do it. Like I said, like Ed Reinhardt, he's one of my very first sponsors, Ed Reinhardt. I'm glad he's here today. I got my uncle, aunt here. There's so many people here to come out and watch us, and I'm tickled to death.
And Terry Panel's here too.
I know. I don't know where he's at. He needs to get his butt down there.
He's right over there. Yeah. That's always cool, though. You can cap this deal off, and you got a lot of the supporters that have been with you since day one.
Absolutely. Really, people that help you, everybody asks you all the time about sponsors. Really, it's about relationships. Terry Panel's my friend. Ed Reinhardt's my friend. You know, and that's really where it starts, about relationships. I would never met any of these people if it wasn't for racing. Racing's been good to me, and I'm blessed, and I got to thank the Lord for allowing me to do what I love to do.
You know, and I don't want to bring up anything too emotional here, but Dickie Allen, you know, his big, long supporter, I know he's got to be looking down very proud of you as well.
Yep, right. You know, that I miss him every day, to be honest with you. Just his stories. He'll tell the same story 10 times, but you love it each time, you know. And couldn't have done it without Dickie Allen. You know, like I say, he was a friend. He's part of the family, you know, and miss him every day.
He was a great man, in fact, man. Congratulations to you, Jack. I don't know if there's any more of a guy that's a class act. Congratulations to you, man, on winning the Turkey Nationals. $5 grand going back into your back pocket. You'll head back to Greenbrier, I'm sure, with a smile on your face tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Give it up for, ladies and gentlemen, Cadillac Jack Sullivan, your 4-time reigning Comp Games of the Dirt Series champion.